Democratization, 1987. Present following decades of authoritarian rule. Intense public protests forced democracy. Presidential elections in 1987. Modern status. Today, South Korea is a prominent global player in technology, pop culture, K-pop, and trade. History.com. History.com. +6. Key aspects of the story. Democracy. Since 1987, South Korea has maintained a competitive electoral system. Economy. It is one of Asia's most affluent countries, moving from poverty to a top-tier economy. Cultural power. Known as the Hallyu or Korean Wave, its culture is popular worldwide. Demographics. Over half of the population, 52 million, lives in this ongoing conflict. Division. The 1953 armistice in South Korea are technically still at war. Keep in mind this program is specially created by Singer, content creator admin Sunny, only for educational and knowledge. Use the history of South Korea begins with the Japanese surrender on 2 September 1945. At that time, South Korea and North Korea were divided, despite being the same people and on the same peninsula. In 1950, the Korean War broke out. North Korea overran South Korea until US-led UN forces intervened. At the end of the war in 1953, the border between South and North remained largely similar. Tensions between the two continued. South Korea alternated between dictatorship and liberal democracy. It underwent substantial economic development. South Korea, the 1961. The First Republic. The First Republic, established in August 1948, adopted a presidential system, and Syngman Rhee was subsequently elected first president. South Korea also adopted a national security law, which effectively prohibited groups that opposed the state or expressions of support for North Korea. Rhee was re-elected in August 1952 while the country was at war. Even before the outbreak of the Korean War, 1950 to 53, there had been a serious conflict between Rhee and the opposition-dominated National Assembly that had elected him in 1948. The dispute involved a constitutional amendment bill that the opposition introduced in an attempt to oust Rhee by replacing the presidential system with a parliamentary cabinet system. The bill was defeated, but the dispute continued at Busan, the wartime provisional capital, where the National Assembly was reconvened, when the opposition introduced another amendment bill in favor of a parliamentary cabinet system. Rhee in 1952 countered by pushing through a bill that provided for the popular election of the president. Later, in 1954, Rhee succeeded in forcing the National Assembly, then dominated by the ruling party. Under the revised constitution, Rhee ran successfully for his third term of office in May 1956. The election for the fourth time, in March 1960, was preceded by a period of tension and violence, and was followed by accusations that the election had been fraudulent. Massive student demonstrations took place that culminated in a major event on April 19th, in which many demonstrators died. Rhee resigned under pressure 6 days later and fled to exile in Hawaii, where he died in 1965 at age 90. The Second Republic. The Second Republic, which adopted a parliamentary cabinet system, lasted only 9 months. A figurehead president was elected by both houses of the legislature, and power was shifted to the office of Prime Minister Chiang Mayan, who was elected by the lower house by a narrow margin of 10 votes. The Chiang government made some strenuous efforts to initiate reforms. In a society laden with social and economic ills accumulated over a long period of time, however, it failed to cope with the unstable situation created by a violent political change. Rampant political factionalism only made the situation worse. With the ultimate source of authority now vested in the office of the Prime Minister, all factions, conservative and moderate, engaged in constant maneuvering to win over a group of independents in order to form a majority in the legislature. Before Chiang had time to launch a full program of economic reform, the leadership of the ruling Democratic Party was crippled by factional strife within its ranks, military rule. The 1961 coup. Park Chung-hee. Park Chung-hee, South Korea's most influential 20th century leader, Park Chung-hee, in 1970. On May 16, 1961, the military seized power through a carefully engineered coup d'etat, ushering in a new phase of post-liberation Korean politics. The military junta, led by General Park Chung-hee, took took over the government. South Korea offers a deep dive into history, blending Joseon Dynasty palaces in Seoul with ancient Silla Kingdom sites in Gyeongju. Must-visit UNESCO locations include Gyeongbokgung Palace, the hilltop Bulguksa Temple, and the impressive Hwasong Fortress. Other essential spots include the DMZ, Bukshin Hanok Village, and the ancient tumuli of Gyeongju. Bluetakena.com. Bluetakena.com. +4. Top historical places in South Korea. Gyeongbokgung Palace, Seoul, the largest and primary palace of the Joseon Dynasty, featuring daily guard-changing ceremonies. Changdeokgung Palace and Secret Garden, Seoul, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its harmonious integration into the natural landscape. Gyeongju Historic Areas, Gyeongju known as the Museum Without Walls. This area features Silla-era ruins, including the Kyeomseongdi Observatory and royal tombs. Bulguksa Temple, Gyeongju, a head temple of Korean Buddhism representing a masterpiece of Buddhist art. Hwasong Fortress, Suwon, a 5.74 kilometers long fortress surrounding the center of Suwon, built in the 18th century. Bukshin Hanok Village, Seoul, a traditional residential area with hundreds of Korean houses, Hanok, dating back to the Joseon Dynasty. DMZ, Demilitarized Zone, a poignant historic site providing insight into the Korean War and modern border tensions. Jeonmyo Shrine, Seoul, a Confucian shrine dedicated to the ancestors of the Joseon Dynasty. Heinsa Temple, Jangyeon Panjian. Hapshin houses the Tripitaka Koreana, the world's most comprehensive collection of Buddhist scriptures. Enong Haho Folk Village, Enong, a traditional clan village from the Joseon Dynasty, still inhabited by residents. Bluetakena.com. Bluetakena.com. +5. Key tips for historic site visitors. Hanok rentals. Many visitors wear traditional hanbok, Korean outfits, which provides free entry to all 16 World Heritage Sites in South Korea. Tracing more than 2,000 years of history, the South Korean World Heritage Sites are found from big cities to remote forests and take you through the country's most important eras. Changdeokgung Palace Complex, Jeonmyo Shrine, Royal Tombs of the Joseon Dynasty, Nambansansi, Hwasong Fortress, Gyeongju Historic Areas, Sukagurung Grotto and Bulguksa Temple, Heinsa Temple, Historic Villages of Korea, Haho and Yeongdong, Sansa, Buddhist mountain monasteries in Korea, CO1, Korean Neo-Confucian Academies, Beach Historic Areas, Gochang, Hwasun and Gangwon Dolmen Sites, Gepol, Korean Tidal Flats, Jeju Volcanic Island and Lava Tubes. Gaia Tumuli. When most people, myself included, think of Korean history, they think of the past century. The Japanese occupation, the Korean War, the separation of North and South. These are all parts of the story that we are more familiar with. Not surprisingly, though, none of South Korea's World Heritage Sites are related to this period or these events. In fact, they almost seem carefully curated to showcase the long, proud history of the peninsula that came before the recent and undignified events. And there's a lot of heritage to talk about, from the states that ruled the land in ancient times to the three main kingdoms that dominated in the first millennium, the rise of Buddhism in a united peninsula, and then the period of kings that have left the biggest mark on modern Korea. When it comes to the World Heritage Sites of South Korea, there's not much emphasis on nature, despite the country having some impressive national parks. Of its 15 sites on the World Heritage list, only 2 of them are natural, and one of those is not even particularly spectacular to look at. Traveling around South Korea, the World Heritage Sites are actually a really good way to learn about the country's history, and I would recommend visiting quite a few of them. Changdeokgung Palace Complex. Nestled in the heart of Seoul, the Changdeokgung Palace Complex is a must-see for any traveler with an interest in Korean history and culture. This stunning palace complex was built in the 15th century and served as the seat of power for the Joseon Dynasty. As you walk through the palace's beautiful gardens, it's easy to see why it was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The landscape is meticulously designed, with manicured lawns, ponds, and walkways that wind through ancient trees and shrines. Once you enter the palace itself, you'll be transported back in time to an era of grandeur and opulence. The intricate architecture of the palace's buildings is a sight to behold, with sweeping roofs and ornate carvings adorning every surface. One of the highlights of visiting Chengdiakung Palace is the Secret Garden, a sprawling green space that was once reserved for the royal family's private use. It's a peaceful oasis in the heart of the bustling city, and a great place to unwind after a day of sightseeing. Overall, the Chengdiakung Palace complex is a true gem of Seoul and a testament to Korea's rich cultural heritage. It's definitely worth taking the time to explore this stunning complex and learn more about the fascinating history of this incredible country. Jeonmyo Shrine. Jeonmyo Shrine is a Confucian shrine dedicated to the memory of the deceased kings and queens of the Joseon dynasty. Located in Seoul, it was built in 1394 and rebuilt in 1601 after a fire. It is the oldest and most authentic of the Confucian royal shrines to have been preserved. There are two important halls you'll see when you visit Jeonmyo Shrine. The main hall, called the Gyeongjin, houses 49 spirit tablets of kings and queens, while the Yeongnyeongjin has 34 of them. Set within parklands, there are a few other things to see at the shrine complex. Royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty. The royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty are a group of 40 tombs located in the cities of Seoul and Gyeonggi. These tombs were built for the members of the Joseon dynasty, which ruled Korea from 1392 to 1910. The tombs were built in accordance with Confucian principles, which emphasize the importance of respecting one's ancestors. The tombs are surrounded by beautiful landscapes and are designed to blend in with the natural surroundings. They are also adorned with various sculptures and decorations, including stone bridges, pavilions, and gates. The tombs are also home to various artifacts and relics, including pottery, weapons, and clothing, which provide insight into the lives of the Joseon dynasty. The royal tombs of the Joseon dynasty were designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2009. They are considered to be one of the most important historical and cultural sites in South Korea and attract visitors from all over the world. Namdaesan. Namdaesan is a fortress city located in Gyeonggi Province, South Korea. It was built during the 17th century to protect the capital city of Seoul from foreign invasions. The fortress is situated on a mountain ridge and is surrounded by steep walls that are up to 12 meters high. The fortress was designed to be self-sufficient and has many features that allowed it to function as a city. It has 4 gates, 3 main palaces, and many other buildings, including temples, shrines, and military facilities. The fortress also had a system of water supply, with wells and reservoirs that could hold up to 1 million liters of water.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I hope you love this video. Before leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe and like the video and share this video link and the link of the channel on our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, so that the same knowledge that you got. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. Buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Admin Sunny here. One thing I want to tell you about Japan, why so many people of Japan, they are just bending out in the life to leave their own nations. As of early 2026, people in Japan, both citizens and long-term foreigners residing there, are experiencing increased feelings of uncertainty and fear, driven by a combination of impending natural disasters, severe economic pressures, and rapid social changes. According to the research and news report as of March 2026, the primary factor driving this fear includes fear of impending natural disaster. That is very, very important. More than 80% of Japanese people fear that a massive earthquake similar to the 2011, that is Tohoku disaster, could This persistent threat combined with the reality that 70% of people feel unprepared contributes to a constant state of anxiety. Geographical and economic uncertainty, rising oil prices fueled by the Iran conflict are driving various types of problems and threatening Japanese economic stability. Many fear this will heavily impact corporate earnings, leading to a rising cost of living and stagnant salaries. Another point is rising anxiety and mental health struggles. A 2024 survey reported that 78.2% of Japanese people feel anxious. They are very anxious, you can say, a record high with high rates of work-related mental health issues, particularly among those in their teens and 20s. Demographic crisis and social strains. Japan's population is just shrinking at a record pace of 908,000 plus decline in 2024. The springing, you can say, the shrinking workforce has led to severe labor shortage, putting immense pressure on remaining workers. That is very, very dangerous move by the life. And the rising and social tensions amidst rapid social changes, there is an increase in Japanese fascist sentiment and anti-foreigners increase, leading to discomfort for long-term foreign residents in the country who feel they are being viewed as a burden now on the nation. Cultural isolation is, in their language, you use hiki, komori, and roughly 1.5 million people in Japan live in a state of social withdrawal known as hikikomori, after triggered by work pressure, job loss, and anxiety. So let's move towards more about this problem. Thank you. Hello, welcome friend, admin Sunny here. You are watching Sunny's GK World official YouTube channel. I am admin Sunny, your host, and in this today's important video, I will try to give you some important tips and information about a very, very beautiful and renowned nation story that is none other than Japan. Here, I am just making it clear that why so many people, the public of Japan, is leaving their own nation. 90% of people just want to migrate from their dangerous located country called Japan. Do you know that there is a country in the world that is considered almost perfect in terms of technology, safety, and quality of the life? Yet, today that same country is facing a strange and serious problems. Instead of people moving there, they are leaving it. They is leaving their own country, Japan, and not just foreigners, but even its own young population is gradually moving out of Japan. Why? The question is Japan really becoming empty? And if so, what is happening there in Japan to the world's fifth largest economy? Yes, we are looking about and we are talking about Japan, a country famous worldwide for its robots, bullet trains, and ultra-modern technologies and ultra-modern cities. And also beautiful models, beautiful girls, dancers, culture, tradition, all are beautiful in Japan. Japan currently has a population of around 123 millions, 123 million, making it the 11th most populous country in the world on the earth. Cities like Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya are also advanced that many people consider them a glimpse of the future. However, when we look deeper into the matter, we find a very unusual population pattern. About two-thirds of Japan population lives in a narrow strip called the Pacific Belt. They called it Pacific Belt, a 1,200-kilometer long region stretching from Fukuoka to Tokyo. This area includes major cities like Hiroshima, Kobe, Osaka, Kyoto, and Nagoya, and Tokyo. Nearly 80 million people live in just 10% of the country's land, while the remaining 90% is sparsely populated. Now, what is this going on there in Japan? Many rural areas are rapidly decline, schools are closing, villagers are running here and there to save their life, villagers are becoming empty, villages are getting vacated by the people, and abandoned houses called Akia are increasing so much that the government is offering them at very, very low prices. One major reason for this is Japan's geography. About 73% of the country is mountainized, leaving very little land for cities and farming. Historically, people settled near coastal plains like the, you can say, Kento, Nobi, and Kansai plains, where cities like Tokyo developed. Tokyo itself is the largest metropolitan area in the world, and with over 40 million people. However, before proceeding more on into this video and topic, I request you all to make it very, very clear to hit the subscribe bell and like below this video. And after clicking on subscribe bell and like, your duty is to share the video and channel link on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and to the various groups so that people know each other and more people attach with these channels to get a proper and fair information. So it's your duty to hit the subscribe bell and like, and you can also watch my videos on Daily Motion channels, Telegram channels, and also on WhatsApp channel. So I'm talking about, however, the biggest issue now is Japan aging population and declining birth rate. That is very, very important. Every year the population is sticking Prime Minister Fumio has told last year has called this one of Japan's biggest national challenges. The government has introduced financial support for families, child care, subsidies and policies to help working mothers. But the problem is still not able to be solved in the minds of the people who don't want to live in Japan. Even former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe tried to address this through economics reforms and by increasing workforce participation among women and the elderly, but population decline continued. A new trend is also emerging. Young Japanese people are moving abroad. They are just running towards America, Europe, and other countries like Russia and all. Unlike, as I have told you, a new trend is also emerging. Young Japanese girls and boys, especially girls, after taking education from there, they are just running off Japan. Japanese people are moving abroad. Unlike the past, where people work their entire lives in one company, today youth seek better salaries, freedom and lifestyles. Countries like the United States, Canada, Australia and parts of Europe are becoming more attractive. Why? At the same time, fewer foreigners are choosing Japan due to challenges like difficult Japanese language, strict corporate culture, long working hours. Economically, Japan has also struggled since the 1990s asset bubble collapse, leading to slow growth. Future GDP growth is expected to remain around 0.5% to 1%, one of the lowest among developed countries nowadays. The biggest concern is the shrinking working age population, which has already declined by about, you can say, 16% since 1995. Meanwhile, nearly 30% of Japan's population is now over 65, increasing pressure on healthcare, pensions and government spendings. Although unemployment is low, around 2.5%, you can say the real issue is labor storages and low productivity, limiting industrial growth. Now, this situation also connects with India. India has one of the youngest populations in the world, while Japan is rapidly aging. This creates an opportunity to recent years. India and Japan have increased cooperation in technology, manufacturing and skill development. Many Indian students and professionals are working in Japan, especially in sectors like automobiles, robotics and electronics items. India could be part of the solution for Japan workforce shortage. However, a critical question remains still. If birth rate continue to fall, young people keep leaving and foreign workers don't arrive in large numbers, Japan population may decline even faster in the future. Despite being a major global economy, Japan is now at a turning point. It must find new solutions, whether through immigrations, economic reforms, and advanced technologies like robotic and AI entering. On this, one thing is certain, Japan's story is not just about one country. It may be a preview of the future challenges that many developed nations also going to be faced. As a creator, it's my duty to tell the entire world what is exactly going on in another country, not only in Asia or India, and not only in one nation. It's our duty as a creator, as a social media influencer, that I have to tell you the reality, what is going on, and why these new generations running towards Europe, Russia, and other countries, and leaving their own nation, Japan. Please think about your country. Please respect and love your country. That is very, very important. This video will be also be turned and reformed in Japanese language, so that what mistakes Japanese are doing will be converted into their Japanese language. After this video, next video will be turned into their Japanese language, so that Japanese young boys and girls can understand what I mean to say and why I have created this video in their own language, that is in Japanese language. Thank you, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and like below this video, and share on WhatsApp group in between your friends and family, so that they also know something more about the world. Thank you so much. Love you all.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. Buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Admin Sunny here. You're watching Sunny's GK World. In this video, I will going to discuss the importance and the beauty of one and only beautiful country in its class, and that is New Zealand. This is the story of New Zealand. Why this nation is very, very special in terms of safety, beauty, and peacefulness. Here we are discussing about New Zealand. When we talk about the peace, equality, the love, the affection, the equality, there is so many nations around us, but New Zealand, I find, is better than all. When powerful nations around the world are shaken by nuclear threats all day long, all round the globe, and all round the year. When powerful nations around the world are shaken by these attacks, these wars, these nuclear threats, and the fear of war, when tensions rise between the countries like Iran and the United States right now, there exists a country quietly sitting in a corner of the world, untouched by jaws. That country is none other than New Zealand, often considered one of the safest places on earth. This is the blessing of universe, I think. The biggest strength of New Zealand is its geography. It lies in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. In Hindi we called it Prashant Mahasagar. Thousands of kilometers away from major conflict zone. Even its closest neighbor like Australia is also about 1,600 to 2,000 kilometers away from New Zealand on Earth. Because of this distance, any missile launched from a region like the United States, Europe, or the Middle East would likely be detected and neutralized before reaching to New Zealand. That's why this country is quite very safe, man. New Zealand has no major enemies. In the meantime, no nearby hustles, military bases, and no strategic resources like oil that could make it a target. Its military is defensive rather than aggressive, which further reduces the chances of conflicts itself. Even if an enemy tried to attack, maintaining supply lines across vast oceans would be extremely difficult. But safety is not just about avoiding wars, it's also about survival. New Zealand is highly self-sufficient. It produces more food than it's needed, almost, has abundant clean water, and generates significant renewable energy itself. Even if global supply chains collapse, the country can sustain itself by its own. So this is the beauty of New Zealand. Congratulations, those who are staying there, man, love you all. It means sunny here. Because of this, many billionaires are reportedly buying land and building bunkers in New Zealand, seeing it as a safe haven in case of global disaster. In fact, New Zealand declared itself a nuclear-free zone in the 1980s itself, and it does not allow nuclear-powered or nuclear-armed ships into its port to enter. Geographically, New Zealand is an island nation in the South Pacific made up of two main islands, the North Island and the South Island, along with many smaller ones too. It covers about 268,000 square kilometers and has a population of around 5 million people plus. The country is known for its high education levels, with nearly 99% literacy rate, as we have noticed out there by the team. A large portion of the population identify as having no religion, while Christianity and smaller communities of Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, and Jews also exist, peacefully living there in the country called New Zealand. The capital city is Wellington, while Auckland is the largest and one of the most modern cities, surrounded by over 50 volcanoes itself. Dangerous. The people of New Zealand are called Kiwis, named after their national bird, which is a beautiful, small and flightless bird. New Zealand is famous for its natural beauty itself, clean environment and active lifestyles. People enjoy outdoors activities like hiking, car trapping, and which keeps them healthy and fit. The country is also socially progressive itself. Same-sex marriage is legal and equality is strongly supported in the country. This is New Zealand. Historically, the indigenous Maoris people arrived around the 13th century, and their culture remains an important part of the national identity. Some interesting facts about This country, which is called New Zealand, you can never be more than 128 kilometers away from the sea. There are more sheep than people. Ships are so many there. There are more than people, humans there. It's only of the least corrupt countries in the world. Women were given the right to vote here in the year 1893, making it the first country to do so. There are no native snakes in New Zealand. The night sky is so clear that the Milky Way is easily visible to anyone, those who are interested in watching such type of views. New Zealand is also strong in science and innovation. Scientist Ernest Rutherford, who played a key role in discovering the structure of the atom, was from here and won a Nobel Prize. Tourism is a major industry thanks to stunning locations like Queenstown, known for adventuresome sports like bungee jumping and skydiving, landmarks like the Sky Tower in Auckland after breathtaking views. The country also celebrates Anzac Day, Anzac Day, honoring soldiers who served in a war and died for the nation called New Zealand. Now, what is the conclusion? Before conclusion, I want to say something more about that. What are the things which you are not supposed to do in New Zealand that will also be discussed in the last part of this video. So keep on watching this video without skipping the video. And one more thing, please hit the subscribe bell and like below this video so that you never miss the upcoming beautiful brand new video totally free. Hit the subscribe bell and like below this video and share the video and channel link on WhatsApp group in between your families and friends out there so that they easily understand the meaning and purpose of making and creating this channel. This is Sunny's cheeky word by admin Sunny here. In conclusion, New Zealand is not just a beautiful country, it is a unique blend of peace, self-sufficiency, natural beauty and progressive values. It stands as a model of how a nation can thrive while staying away from global conflicts and maintaining harmony with nature and its people. Now, I will going to discuss what you don't have to do in New Zealand. So, don't skip the video. Watch this video till the end. Now, this is very important topic. That what you have not to do while traveling in this beautiful country, New Zealand. There are the problems of different languages, Portuguese, English, Hindi and others, along with random word songs, references and ideas if does not from single clear story. The passage jump between many topics like mentions of people and names like Miti means married Justin Bieber. Now, famous phrase like I have dreams. Music styles such as rock, rap, hip-hop and many more. So this is very important to understand. Mentions the brand of things like Disney, Frozen, craft foods, bits of technology like camera, speed test, hardware, gaming, fantasy elements like burning and very more other things. New Zealand is being talked about a real beautiful and safe country. It highlights good people, peaceful lifestyle and natural beauty out there in this country called New Zealand. You have to be very careful while you are driving and on the roads of New Zealand. New Zealand has certain more things of risk, but if you are careful, you can do it by your own. So we will be back very soon with some another beautiful story of any other beautiful nation like New Zealand. So before leaving, please hit subscribe button, like, and join this channel totally free, and share on WhatsApp groups in between your family and friends, and also visit my Facebook page, Instagram, and third pages, and our video also uploaded on this Telegram channel, WhatsApp, and other areas. So please keep on visiting our site. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Itinerary World. I am Anthony, making a disclaimer from my side that this is the video I have created only for educational and promotional use, so that a visitor, a fan, can increase his own knowledge for the world. That's the concluding video, man.
Geography of Spain. The history of Spain, from ancient civilizations to modern democracy. Spain's long and eventful history is the product of many civilizations: Iberians, Celts, Romans, Visigoths, and Moors, each leaving behind enduring cultural, architectural, and linguistic influences. Over thousands of years, Spain transformed from a prehistoric land of tribes into one of the greatest empires in world history, later experiencing decline, dictatorship, and finally a return to democracy in the 20th century. Prehistoric and early civilizations. Archaeological discoveries in Spain show evidence of human habitation dating back over 1 million years. The Atapuerca caves in northern Spain
Hello guys, welcome. I am Admin Sunny and you're watching my YouTube official channel, Sunny's GK World, Sunny's General Knowledge World. Know about the nearby and faraway world from you. This channel is established only for the promotional and educational use to the man, to the fans, to the fans who loves to know about the world and the history of the world. This is a unique channel which describes anything in long form, in the form of long videos, so that step by step my fans, my followers, and my friends can understand step by step in clean ways. Today, I bought this video concerning about the fact about a great country, Canada. This is the story of Canada. Before starting this video further, I request you all that when we are taking hard work for my fans and friends and followers around the globe, it's your duty to click on subscribe, bell, and like these 3 buttons under any one video on this channel, and share the link of video and channel on WhatsApp group, Facebook groups, Instagram, and Pinterest groups. Also, it's your duty to follow me on Facebook page, Instagram page, and on Threads. Our videos are also promoted on Daily Motions and Telegram channels also. Please search my channels and join there also. Today, I am here with the story behind a big nation, Canada. Canada's story began with the arrival of indigenous people. हेलो दोस्तों, नमस्कार। आप देख रहे हैं सनीज जी के वर्ल्ड। इस चैनल पर हम आपको बहुत ही ज्ञानवर्धक चीजों के बारे में, देशों के बारे में और पर्सनालिटीज के बारे में आपको पूरी तरीके से जानकारी देने की का प्रयास किया जाता है। आज के इस वीडियो में मैं आपको कनाडा के बारे में बताने जा रहा हूँ। कनाडा का इतिहास क्या रहा है। इस वीडियो को प्रारंभ करने से पहले आपसे मेरा अनुरोध है कि आप इस चैनल से सबसे पहले जुड़ जाने के लिए इस वीडियो के नीचे दिए हुए लाल रंग का वो जो सब्सक्राइब का बटन है, इसको आप दबा लें, क्लिक कर लें, बेल आइकॉन को क्लिक कर लें और लाइक बटन को दबाने के बाद इस वीडियो के लिंक को और इस चैनल के लिंक को आपको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स में, अपने रिलेटिव्स, फ्रेंड्स सर्किल में के ग्रुप में शेयर कर देना चाहिए ताकि ये विशेष वीडियो उन तक पहुंच सके। ये आपका काम है। और साथ में आपको फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, थ्रेड साइट्स पर भी मेरे पेज और साइट को फॉलो करना चाहिए। और हमारे वीडियो डेली मोशन चैनल्स और टेलीग्राम चैनल और व्हाट्सएप चैनल पर भी पोस्ट होते हैं, तो वहां पर भी जाकर चेक करके आप हमसे जुड़ सकते हैं। कनाडा का इतिहास स्वदेशी निवासियों, फ्रांसीसी और ब्रिटिश उपनिवेशीकरण, क्या है ये मामला, और फिर एक स्वतंत्र राष्ट्र के रूप में इसके विकास की एक महान गाथा आज हम आपके सामने प्रस्तुत करने जा रहे हैं। इसी स्टोरी का इंग्लिश अनुवाद भी इसी चैनल पर आएगा। 1867 यानी 1867 में ब्रिटिश उत्तर अमेरिका अधिनियम के माध्यम से कनाडा का एक डोमिनियन बना और 1982 में संविधान के स्वदेशीकरण यानी पैट्रिएशंस के साथ ये पूरी तरीके से एक संप्रभु संसदीय लोकतंत्र बन गया। कनाडा का इतिहास के प्रमुख चरण क्या क्या थे? मूल निवासी और यूरोपीय खोज 15वीं शताब्दी से पहले 1600 हजारों वर्षों से स्वदेशी लोग यहाँ रह रहे थे। 1497 में जॉन कैबोट और बाद में 16वीं शताब्दी में जैक्स कार्टियर ने फ्रांस के लिए इस क्षेत्र की खोज की। न्यू फ्रांस 1600 से लेके 1763 तक यानी 1763 फ्रांस ने क्यूबेक में बस्तियां बसाई, जिसे न्यू फ्रांस भी कहा जाता है। यह क्षेत्र करके व्यापार का एक प्रमुख केंद्र बना था। ब्रिटिश शासन 1763-1867 तक। 1763 में पेरिस के संधि के बाद फ्रांस ने कनाडा पर अपना नियंत्रण खो दिया और ये ब्रिटिश साम्राज्य का हिस्सा बन गया। 1791 में कनाडा को अपर यानी ओटारियो और लोअर यानी क्यूबेक कनाडा में विभाजित कर दिया गया था। अब क्या है संघ? कॉन्फेडरेशन यानी 1867 की एक गाथा है। 1 जुलाई 1867 को ब्रिटिश नॉर्थ अमेरिका एक्ट के तहत कनाडा एक डोमिनियन बना, जिसमें अडो, रियो, क्यूबेक, नोवा स्कोटिया और न्यू पैसिफिक शामिल थे। स्वतंत्रता की ओर 1931 से 1982 यानी 1931 के वेस्ट मिस्टर अधिनियम के साथ कनाडा को ब्रिटेन के बराबर का दर्जा प्राप्त हुआ था। 1982 में कनाडा ने अपने संविधान को पूरी तरीके से अपना लिया था और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एक्ट 1982 जिससे ब्रिटिश संसद से पूर्ण स्वतंत्रता मिल गई थी। आधुनिक कनाडा 1982 के बाद आज कनाडा 10वां प्रांत और 3 क्षेत्रों वाला एक बहुसांस्कृतिक संवैधानिक स्वतंत्र राज्य है जो अपनी शांति रक्षा प्रयासों के लिए जाना जाता है। अब हम लगे हाथों और भी कुछ चीजें आपको बताते चले और वो कौन कौन सी खूबसूरत जगह हैं जहां पर आप आज की डेट पर विजिट कर सकते हैं, देख सकते हैं, जान सकते हैं। लेकिन उससे पहले कुछ और चीजों पर भी अपन नजर मार लेते हैं, जैसे कि मान्यता। कनाडा की स्वतंत्रता को अमेरिका की मान्यता 1927 यानी 18 फरवरी 1927 को संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका ने कनाडा को एक स्वतंत्र राज्य के रूप में मान्यता दी थी, जिसके विदेश मामलों पर स्वयं नियंत्रण था। उस दिन विंसेंट मैसी ने वाशिंगटन में कनाडा के विशेष दूत और पूर्ण अधिकार प्राप्त मंत्री के रूप में अपने परिचय पत्र प्रस्तुत किए। ये कार्रवाई 1926 के ब्रिटिश साम्राज्यवादी सम्मेलन के बाद हुई थी, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप बालफोर घोषणा पत्र जारी हुआ, जिसमें कहा गया था कि यूनाइटेड किंगडम और डोमिनियन ब्रिटिश साम्राज्य के भीतर स्वयं यत्न समुदाय है जिनका दर्जा समान है और वह अपने घरेलू या बाहरी मामलों के किसी भी पहलू में एक दूसरे के अधीन नहीं है। क्या क्या थी राजनीतिक संबंध? राजनयिक संबंधों की स्थापना 1927 में ही हुई थी। 18 फरवरी 1927 को राजनयिक संबंध स्थापित हुए जब विंसेंट मैसी ने वाशिंगटन में कनाडा के विशेष दूत और अधिकार प्राप्त मंत्री के रूप में अपने परिचय प्राप्त पत्र प्रस्तुत किए थे। ओटावा में अमेरिकी दूतावास की स्थापना 1927 ओटावा में अमेरिकी दूतावास की स्थापना 1 जून 1927 को हुई थी, जब विलियम फिलिप्स ने विशेष दूत और पूर्ण अधिकार प्राप्त मंत्री के रूप में अपने परिचय पत्र को प्रस्तुत किया था। बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो कनाडा से रिलेटेड है और इसी कड़ी में हम आपको बहुत ही खूबसूरत और भी नजारे दिखाते हैं। साथ साथ में आज ये जो मॉडर्न कनाडा है उसके बारे में और हम आपको थोड़ी और जानकारी देते हैं। कनाडा ऐतिहासिक स्थलों का एक समृद्ध खजाना है जो वाइकिंग्स के समय से लेकर औपनिवेशिक काल तक की कहानी बताता है। प्रमुख स्थानों में ओल्ड क्यूबेक यानी यूनेस्को स्थल, न्यू फाउंडलैंड में लॉन्स ऑक्स, विडोज एंड वाइकिंग बस्ती शामिल है और साथ में लुइसबर्ग का किला इसमें शामिल किया जाता है। ये स्थान कनाडा की फ्रांसीसी, ब्रिटिश और स्वदेशी विरासत को दर्शाते हैं। कनाडा के कुछ प्रमुख ऐतिहासिक स्थान के बारे में आज हम इस वीडियो में आपके साथ चर्चा करेंगे और हम आज आपको बताएंगे कुछ और छुपी हुए राज। ओल्ड क्यूबेक। ओल्ड क्यूबेक क्या है? ये 17वीं सदी का एक ऐसा शानदार किला रहित शहर है जो अपनी दीवारों यानी फोर्टिफिकेशंस के लिए प्रसिद्ध है, जो उत्तरी अमेरिका में एकमात्र बची हुई दीवारें हैं। लॉन्स ऑक्स मेडोज, ये न्यू फाउंडलैंड के रूप में भी माना जाता है। ये उत्तरी अमेरिका में प्रमाणित पहली नॉर्स वाइकिंग बस्ती है जो लगभग 1000 साल पुरानी है। लुइसबर्ग का किला यानी फोर्ट्रेस ऑफ लुइसबर्ग, नोवा स्कोटिया, ये 18वीं शताब्दी का एक विशाल पुनर्गठित फ्रांसीसी किला है जो उस समय के सैन्य और आर्थिक जीवन का जीवंत दृश्य प्रस्तुत करता रहता है। फोर्ट एनी क्या चीज है? फोर्ट एनी यह है नोवा स्कॉटिया में कनाडा के सबसे पुराने राष्ट्रीय ऐतिहासिक स्थानों के ऊपर अगर नजर डालें तो स्थानों में से एक जो कनाडा में यूरोपीय उपनिवेशीकरण के इतिहास को दर्शाता है। प्रिंस ऑफ वेल्स फोर्ट ये क्या है? प्रिंस ऑफ वेल्स फोर्ट हडसन बे कंपनी द्वारा 18वीं शताब्दी में निर्मित एक पत्थर का तारा आकार का की एक किला है। बहुत ही खूबसूरत देखने में, हजारों पर्यटक हर साल वहां पर जाते हैं इन नजारों को देखने के लिए। ग्रीन गेबल्स हाउस एक साहित्य प्रेमियों के लिए एक प्रसिद्ध स्थान है जो लोकप्रिय उपन्यास एनी ऑफ ग्रीन गेबल्स से जुड़ा हुआ है। सीएन टावर ये यद्यपि एक ऐतिहासिक रूप से आधुनिक 1976 फिर भी ये कनाडा के इंजीनियरिंग विकास का एक बेमिसाल नमूना और प्रतीक के रूप में शामिल है। ऐसे शानदार जगहों पर देखने के लिए आपको कनाडा एक बार जरूर जाना चाहिए। कनाडा के इतिहास में और भी बहुत ही आकर्षित करने वाली चीजें हैं जो अब मैं आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ। कनाडा और उसका समृद्ध इतिहास। किसी देश का इतिहास केवल पुरानी किताबों या किस्से ग्रंथों में ही अभी तक माना जाता रहा है, बल्कि ये देश के हर कोने में व्याप्त है। आपको बस यही जगह ढूंढनी होगी। ये पुराना किला, सुरक्षित गली व स्मारक इस बात का प्रमाण है कि संघर्ष, विजय और दृढ़ता की कहानियां आज भी हमें आकार और आकर्षित करती रहती है। कनाडा भी इसका अपवाद नहीं है। स्वदेशी विरासत, औपनिवेशिक और विरासत और राष्ट्रीय निर्माण के महत्वपूर्ण क्षणों के मिश्रण के साथ ये एक ऐसे स्थान प्रदान करता है जहां अतीत आज भी पूरी तरीके से अपनी शान के साथ खड़ा हुआ है। इतिहास प्रेमियों के लिए ये नौ आकर्षण केवल मंचलित या दिल बहलाने के लिए नहीं है। ये बहुत ही शानदार जगह है, जैसे कि वाटोचे सच्चे चेवान। ये क्या चीज है? ये यहाँ पर 1885 में लोगों ने अपनी आखिरी लड़ाई लड़ी थी। जमीन पर आज भी उसके निशान मौजूद हैं। चर्च की दीवारों में गोलियों के निशान, जो छेद उसमें आज भी मौजूद है। जमीन में राइफल के गड्ढे, कब्रें बाकी कहानी बयां करती है। पैदल चले या उसी नदी में डोंगी की सवारी करे जिससे कभी रसद और सैनिक ले जाते थे। लेकिन ये सिर्फ मैदान नहीं है, ये सामान्य में ठहर गया एक कुरुक्षेत्र यानी युद्ध क्षेत्र है। ये दिल दहलाने वाली कहानियों पर लिखा जाता है आज का भविष्य और आने वाला समय लोगों के लिए सिर्फ मात्र घूमने का स्थान बन जाता है। जैसे कि डॉसन सिटी यूक्रेन, इसकी भी कहानी बड़ी अजीब गरीब है। 1890 के दशक के गोल्ड रश ने इस शांत जगह को आग अराजकता में बदल दिया था और यहाँ पर मामले गंभीर हो गए थे। सोने की खोज में उमड़ पड़े लोग ऐसे सपनों को पीछा करते हुए जिन्होंने कुछ को बर्बाद कर दिया और दूसरों को समृद्ध बना दिया और खुद कंगाल हो गए। ये सब दास्तान आप देखते रहें और इस तरह की हालात, और आज एक खूबसूरत शहर, एक खूबसूरत देश जिसे कहते हैं कनाडा, आज दुनिया के सामने खड़ा हुआ है, जहां जगह जगह कोने कोने से लोग आज भी वहां पर जाकर अपना मन बहलाने का काम करते हैं। ये कोई मामूली बात नहीं है। आज कनाडा एक खूबसूरत राज्य के रूप में हमारे सामने मौजूद है, और अब इसी का हम आपको इंग्लिश अनुवाद सुनाते हैं।
Indigenous, Native people, and colonial past. These sites help us understand how Canada developed culturally, politically, and historically over hundreds and even thousands of years. Some of the most famous historical landmarks include Old Quebec, L'Anse Meadows in Newfoundland, the Fortress of Louisbourg in Nova Scotia, and Parliament Hill in Ottawa. Each place represents a different part of Canada's rich history. Below is an explanation of some of the most famous historical sites in Canada. 1. Old Quebec, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Old Quebec is one of the most historic areas in Canada and is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city has a strong European feel because of its 17th century architecture, narrow stone streets, and fortified walls. One of its most famous landmarks is the Chateau Frontenac, a grand historic hotel that overlooks the St. Lawrence River. Walking through Old Quebec feels like stepping back in time to the early days of French colonial Canada. 2. L'Anse Meadows, Newfoundland. L'Anse Meadows is extremely important historically because it is the only confirmed Viking settlement in North America. Archaeological discoveries show that Norse explorers from Scandinavia lived here around 1,000 years ago. The site contains reconstructed Viking buildings and artifacts that reveal how these early explorers lived, worked, and traveled. It provides strong evidence that Vikings reached North America long before Christopher Columbus. 3. Fortress of Louisbourg, Nova Scotia. The Fortress of Louisbourg is a large 18th century French fortress located on Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia. During the colonial period, it was an important military and trading center. The fortress played a major role in the conflicts between France and Britain for control of North America. Today, much of the fortress has been reconstructed, and visitors can see soldiers, buildings, and daily life recreated as it was during the 1700s. 4. Parliament Hill, Ottawa. Parliament Hill is the political center of Canada. Located in the capital city of Ottawa, it is where the Canadian government and Parliament operate. The buildings are famous for their Gothic Revival architectural style, tall towers, and impressive design. One of the most recognizable features is the Peace Tower, which symbolizes Canada's national identity and democracy. 5. Canadian Museum of History, museums, restaurants, and scenic waterfront views. 8. Hatley Park, National Historic Site. Victoria Hatley Park is a beautiful historic mansion with large gardens and scenic landscapes located in British Columbia. Built in the early 20th century, the estate is now part of Royal Roads University. The site is admired for its architecture, historical significance, and natural beauty. Conclusion. These historical places provide visitors with a unique opportunity to understand Canada's cultural, political, and historical journey. From Viking settlements and Indigenous heritage to colonial forts and modern government buildings, each site tells a different story about how Canada developed into the nation it is today. Exploring these landmarks helps people appreciate Canada's diverse past and rich cultural heritage.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you love this video. If you're leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe and like this video and share this video link and the link to our channel on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so that other fans can see knowledge and you are. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel chemicals that take us higher. The night's young, and it's just begun.
Hello, wonderful people out there. Today I am here at Miss Sunny, and you're watching my general knowledge channel, Sunny's General Knowledge Miss Sunny GK World. My friends, today I got a very, very important topic, and that is the history of entire Europe, the historical, the places to visit in Europe. So, due to the fact this video is too long to handle, and that's why I have decided to take some help from other sites. But this is my creation, and I have created this video only for educational use and to wake up the lives of many or thousands of newcomers, those are facing the problem of deep general knowledge in their life. So I have decided to make this beautiful video for that. Hope you love it, and I only request you to, if you liked any single part of the video, please hit the subscribe button, like below this video, and your job is to share the video link on your WhatsApp groups in between your family and friends around the globe, and also follow my Facebook, Instagram and Thread pages. And one more thing, we also upload our videos on Motion channels and on Telegram channel. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and let's begin this beautiful video at Miss Sunny here. Let's start.
The ultimate guide to historical places to visit in Europe. Europe is a living museum. Across its cities, islands, mountains, and countryside, you will find layers of civilization built upon one another. From prehistoric stone circles and Greek temples to Roman arenas, medieval castles, Renaissance cathedrals, and powerful 20th century memorials. Each monument reflects political power, religion, art, trade, and human ambition. Below is a detailed exploration of the most important historical places to visit in Europe, organized by era and region. Prehistoric and ancient Europe image. 1. Stonehenge, England. Stonehenge, built between 3000 and 2000 BC, Stonehenge remains one of Europe's greatest prehistoric mysteries. Massive standing stones, some transported over 150 miles, are arranged in a circular formation aligned with the summer and winter solstices. Archaeologists believe it functioned as a ceremonial and astronomical site. Visiting at sunrise or sunset offers a powerful connection to Europe's earliest spiritual tradition. 2. Acropolis of Athens, Greece. Acropolis of Athens. The Acropolis represents the height of classical Greek civilization, 5th century BC. It includes the iconic Parthenon, dedicated to the goddess Athena. The harmony, balance, and precision of its design shaped Western architecture for centuries. The Acropolis Museum nearby deepens understanding of ancient democracy, philosophy, and art. Colosseum, Rome. Colosseum, constructed between 70 to 80 AD. This massive amphitheater could seat over 50,000 spectators. Gladiator contests and dramatic performances showcased Roman engineering brilliance and imperial power. Nearby Roman Forum ruins allow visitors to walk through the political heart of ancient Rome. Now 4. Pont de Garde, France. Pont de Garde, a 3-tiered Roman aqueduct bridge built in the 1st century AD. It demonstrates Rome's advanced infrastructure. It once carried water over 30 miles to the city of Nice. Now 5. Italy, Pompeii. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, Pompeii was frozen in time. Streets, homes, frescoes, and even food were preserved under volcanic ash. It offers an intimate glimpse into daily Roman life. Byzantine and medieval Europe image. Number 6. Hagia Sophia, Turkey. Hagia Sophia, built in 537 AD. Hagia Sophia was the world's largest cathedral for nearly a millennium. Its enormous dome and golden mosaic symbolized Byzantine architectural genius. It later became a mosque and now functions as a mosque again, reflecting layers of religious transformation. Number 7. Notre Dame Cathedral. Notre Dame Cathedral, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture in the 12th to 14th century, features flying buttresses, rose windows, and sculpted gargoyles. It represents medieval Christianity's spiritual power. 8. Alhambra, Spain. Alhambra. This 13th century Moorish palace complex showcases Islamic art in Europe. Intricate tile work, peaceful courtyards, and water gardens reveal the sophistication of Al-Andalus culture before Spain's Christian reconquest. Tower 9. Tower of London, England. Tower of London. Founded by William the Conqueror in 1066, it served as royal palace, fortress, prison, and treasury. Today it houses the crown jewels. Number 10. Doge's Palace, Italy. Doge's Palace, political center of the Venetian Republic. It reflects Venice's maritime power. Gothic architecture combined with Renaissance art makes it unique. Renaissance and Baroque Europe image. 11. Sagrada Familia, Spain. Sagrada Familia, designed by Antoni Gaudí in 1882, this basilica blends Gothic and Art Nouveau styles. Its organic shapes and symbolic facades make it one of Europe's most distinctive churches. 12. Lecce, Italy. Lecce, often called the Florence of the South, Lecce's Baroque churches feature intricate stone carvings and dramatic facades. 13. Palermo Cathedral, Sicily. Palermo Cathedral, a mix of Norman, Arab, Gothic, and Baroque styles, reflecting Sicily's multicultural past. 14. Valley of the Temples, Sicily.
I'm sure that you are getting good knowledge about the world and keep on enjoying only one thing I want. Just hit the subscribe and the like below this video. Keep on enjoying the videos for like that.
Europe's highest active volcano, shaping Sicily's agriculture and folklore. 17. Trulli of Alberobello, Puglia. Trulli of Alberobello. Conical stone houses unique to southern Italy and protected by UNESCO. Number 18. Castel del Monte, Italy. Castel del Monte, a geometrically perfect 13th century castle built by Emperor Frederick II. Greek islands and Mediterranean heritage image. 19. Old Fortress of Corfu. Old Fortress of Corfu, Venetian fortress guarding Mediterranean trade routes. 20. Delos, Greece. Delos, sacred island believed to be birthplace of Apollo and Artemis. 21. Temple of Apphia, Agano. Temple of Apphia, part of a sacred triangle with Athens and Singh. Number 22. Monastery of St. John, Patmos. Monastery of St. John the Theologian, UNESCO site linked to the Book of Revelation. Modern Europe and World War sites. Image 23. Eiffel Tower, France. Eiffel Tower, built in 1889 for the World Fair, it symbolizes industrial innovation. 24. Brandenburg Gate, Germany. Brandenburg Gate, neoclassical monument representing German unity after the Cold War. Auschwitz-Birkenau, Poland. Auschwitz-Birkenau, memorial and museum preserving the memory of Holocaust victims. Berlin Wall Memorial, Germany. Berlin Wall, a reminder of Cold War division and eventual reunification. Why Europe's historical sites matter. Europe contains over 400 UNESCO World Heritage Sites representing thousands of years of architectural evolution. These places are not only monuments but storytellers, revealing the birth of democracy in Greece, Roman engineering mastery, Islamic art in Spain, Christian Gothic cathedrals, Renaissance creativity, Industrial Revolution innovation, lessons from world wars. From the prehistoric stones of England to the marble temples of Greece and the castles of Italy, Europe offers an unparalleled journey through human civilization. If you would like, from prehistory to the modern age, Europe's story stretches back over 18,000 years, evolving through prehistoric cultures, classical civilizations, empires, religious transformations, artistic revolutions, and world wars. Below is a deeper exploration of these eras and the remarkable landmarks that define them. Prehistoric and ancient Europe, c. 16,000 BC to 500 AD. Image, prehistoric Europe, the first civilizations. One of the earliest advanced cultures in Western Europe was the Magdalenian culture, c. 16,000 BC, known for cave art and stone tools across France, Germany, and Spain. These hunter-gatherers left behind artistic evidence of early human creativity. Stonehenge, built around 3000 to 2000 BC, this mysterious stone circle likely served astronomical and ceremonial purposes. Its alignment with the solstice suggests advanced prehistoric knowledge. Classical Greece, birthplace of democracy and
democracy. Acropolis of Athens. The Acropolis stands as a symbol of classical Greek achievement. Parthenon, dedicated to goddess Athena, representing harmony and proportion in architecture. Roman Empire, engineering and expansion. The Roman Empire, 27 BC, 476 AD, united much of Europe under one political and cultural system. Colosseum, massive amphitheater, 70 to 80 AD, hosting gladiator games. Pont du Gard, Roman aqueduct bridge demonstrating advanced engineering. Pompeii, city preserved by volcanic eruption in 79 AD. Dag, Roman and Byzantine legacy, 300 to 453 AD. As Rome declined, the Eastern Roman Byzantine Empire preserved classical knowledge and Christian traditions. Hagia Sophia, built in 537 AD, it was the world's largest cathedral for nearly 1,000 years. Its dome is a masterpiece of Byzantine engineering. Venetian Castle shows layers of Byzantine and Venetian rule in the Mediterranean. Monastery of St. John the Theologian, founded in 1088, linked to the Book of Revelation. Panagia Ekatantopouliani, one of the oldest Christian churches in Greece. Medieval and Renaissance Europe, 500 to 1600, image medieval period. Feudal kingdoms, crusades, Gothic cathedrals, and fortified castles define this era. Alhambra, a Moorish palace complex reflecting Islamic art and architecture in Spain. Notre Dame Cathedral, Gothic architecture with flying buttresses and stained glass. Doge's Palace, political center of the Venetian Republic. Renaissance and artistic revival. Europe rediscovered classical knowledge, leading to scientific and artistic breakthroughs. Sagrada Familia, designed by Antoni Gaudí, blending Gothic and modernist styles. Modern era world wars, 1700 to 20th century. Image, industrial revolution. Europe led technological and industrial growth. Eiffel Tower, built in 1889, symbolizing industrial progress and engineering innovation. World War II and division. The 20th century reshaped Europe politically and emotionally. Brandenburg Gate, symbol of German reunification after Cold War division. Auschwitz-Birkenau, memorial and reminder of the Holocaust tragedy. Sicily, a living museum of civilizations. Image Sicily reflects Greek, Roman, Arab, Norman, and Spanish influence. Valley of the Temples, 8 Greek temples in remarkable condition. Villa Romana del Casale, 4th century Roman mosaics. Mount Etna, Europe's highest active volcano. Palermo Cathedral, Arab-Norman architectural blend. Greek theater of Taormina, overlooking Etna and the sea. Puglia, southern Italy's hidden treasure image, truly about Verobello, conical stone houses. Lecce, known as Florence of the South for Baroque style. Ostum, the White City. Basilica di San Nicola, pilgrimage site of St. Nicholas. Castel del Monte, geometric medieval fortress. Greek islands, mythology and maritime power image. Old fortress of Forca. Venetian stronghold. Delos, mythical birthplace of Apollo. Temple of Apphia, part of sacred triangle with Athens and Samos. Pyrgos, marble craftsmanship heritage. Why Europe's heritage is unique. Over 400 plus UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Blend of Greek, Roman, Islamic, Christian, Byzantine, and modern cultures. Architectural evolution from megalithic stones to iron towers. Living cities built upon ancient ruins. If you'd like, I can also turn this into...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you love this video. If you're leaving the video, I request you once again to hit the subscribe and like the video and share the video. And the link to our channel on our Facebook, Instagram, and God. So that the same knowledge as you got. Thank you so much. Keep loving the world and keep supporting.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun.
Hello friends, you are watching Sunny's General Knowledge World, means Sunny's GK World. On this video, we will provide some very fascinating and unique information about the past, about the world. Now in this today's